In the dark corners of our existence, we cling to illusion like a moth to flame, trembling in the shadows of our own betrayal. We wear our masks, crafted by the fear of rejection, painted with the colors of false acceptance, while the truth gnaws at our very essence. Have you ever felt that cold emptiness when the applause dies down? That hollow echo when you realize that every nod, every smile, was nothing more than a scripted response, a performance in a theater of your own design? Do you feel it? That tightening in your chest, that gnawing sense that the connections you cultivate are built on the fragile foundation of need? That every yes you utter in a desperate bid for validation is a dagger to your soul? You are not alone in this dance. No, we are all trapped in this ballet of emotional availability, performing for an audience that never truly sees us. The world screams for division, and we comply, carving ourselves into pieces that fit neatly into their categories. Let me take you deeper into this abyss. Picture a moment, a gathering, laughter spilling like cheap wine. You feel that familiar urge to say yes when asked for help, to bend over backwards to please, driven by the primal fear of being cast away. You hear it in your gut, don't you? The roar of doubt. What if they don't call me again? What if I'm not enough? You stretch your essence thin, wrapping yourself around their needs like a serpent suffocating its prey. But the truth is, in this relentless chase for acceptance, you lose sight of your own heart. You become a ghost, a shell of your former self, drifting through life as the phantom of someone who might have been whole. Real connection is born not in self-abandonment, but in the fierce act of saying no. When you reclaim your boundaries, that's when the real magic happens. That's when you start to breathe again. Dive deeper still. Beyond the people-pleasing lies the seductive illusion of emotional safety, where surrendering your boundaries feels like a warm embrace. You see it, friends, lovers, family, each one asking for a piece of you, each one promising comfort while they chip away at your essence. But know this, safety is a mirage, a thief that robs you of your vitality. By abandoning your true self for the facade of security, you become a ghost in your own life. Carl Jung, that tormented sage, spoke of individuation, the painful journey towards wholeness. He warned us, one does not become enlightened by imagining figures of light, but by making the darkness conscious. You hear that? The darkness, the shadow that lurks in every corner of your psyche. It whispers that you'll be loved if you just give in a little more, if you just silence your own needs. But this is a lie, a deception that leads to catastrophe. You are not safe when you are not yourself. You are merely a vessel, hollow, waiting to be filled by the ever-shifting whims of others. Now, behold the final descent, the illusion of control, where you believe that by staying available, you can choreograph every interaction, shape every perception, and mold every outcome. But in this game, you are the puppet, strings pulled by the very people you seek to please. You lose yourself in this performance, and with it, you relinquish true power. True power, dear soul, lies not in your ability to manipulate, but in the strength to stand firm in your own boundaries. It's in the quiet defiance of saying, I am enough, with or without your validation. The world may tell you this is a lonely path, but Jung, in his wisdom, understood that it is the only way to reclaim your soul. When you recognize your worth outside of others' opinions, you are free, unshackled from the chains of expectation. Now we arrive at the crossroads, a moment of profound transformation. Picture the ritual. It is a sacred act of cutting the cords that bind you to the expectations and illusions that have shaped your life. You stand alone, the silence wrapping around you like a shroud, heavy yet liberating. You gather your strength, and with one deliberate motion, you sever the ties that have tethered you to the ghosts of your past. This is not healing. This is reclamation. You do not need more healing. You need to stop lying about who you are. The cords that once held you in thrall now lie in tatters at your feet, a testament to your newfound truth. You never lost control. You gave it away. You were never free because you never set boundaries. Feel the stillness, the first time you say no, and feel the weight of relief, that sweet release that cascades through your very being. The quiet of a morning, standing alone in your peace, unadulterated and unapologetic. You exist, and that is enough. A deep breath after cutting the emotional cord. Solid. A realization that there's strength in aloneness. This truth is heavy. Don't keep it to yourself. Send it to the person still handing away their power, to everyone but themselves. Let it simmer in their consciousness, a mirror held up to their wounds, a reflection of the choices they must confront. This journey is not for the faint of heart. It is not about comfort, but about liberation. The raw, unyielding truth that demands to be seen. In a world of divisions, remember this: the divisions are not real. They are as artificial as the masks we wear. Within the chaos lies the Unus Mundus, a unified reality where each of us is but a note in a cosmic symphony. It's time to awaken, to step out of the shadows and reclaim your place in this grand design. Your psyche, your essence, and the universe are intricately woven, and when you dare to embrace the truth, you will find that you are never alone. You are the universe, becoming aware of itself. You see, the world is riddled with illusions designed to keep you small, to keep you in line, and to keep you compliant. Every time you sacrifice your truth for the sake of belonging, you add another layer to that potent mask. We live in a realm fueled by division. Black versus white, mind versus matter, good versus evil. But behind these deceptive binaries lies a deeper truth, the interconnectedness of all things. And within that interconnection, the unacknowledged dance between our inner world and the universe. Carl Jung spoke of the Unus Mundus, a term that resonates with the core of our existence. A singular reality where everything is woven together, where mind and matter are not separate entities but facets of the same diamond. This unified world is where our dreams and the stars share the same fabric. Have you ever gazed into the sky and felt that flicker of recognition? That the cosmos is not truly far away, but rather a reflection of the universe that dwells within your very being. When you acknowledge the Unus Mundus, you begin to understand that every thought, every feeling, is an echo in the grand symphony of existence. Every dream you've ever had is a thread in this vast tapestry. Each meaningful coincidence you've experienced. Those moments when you think of someone just before they call, or when you see a certain number repeatedly. These are glimpses into that interconnected web. They carry messages from a reality that yearns to be recognized, to be embraced. Embrace the fact that numbers, often dismissed as mere tools of logic, carry profound symbolic weight. 1 sees unity, 2 illustrates duality, 3 expresses harmony. They weave a language of the cosmos that transcends human understanding. When numbers interact, they create patterns, fractal designs that resonate across time and space, repeating endlessly. Among these patterns lies the Buddhabrot, a visual expression derived from the Mandelbrot set, a mathematical structure that reveals the infinite beauty hiding within the fabric of reality. When you gaze upon the Buddhabrot, aren't you struck by the way it resembles ancient figures, sacred spaces, and mystical art? The Buddhabrot marries the ancient with the modern, the sacred with the scientific. It's a bridge that connects the unfathomable depth of the psyche with the material universe. This fractal pattern is not just a shape. It reflects a hidden order, a deeper truth waiting patiently for us to acknowledge. Though the Buddhabrot was only visualized with the advent of computers, its form echoes across human history, from ancient temples to sacred geometry, from the alchemical symbols of the Renaissance to the vibrant expressions of psychedelic art. It emerges from our unconscious, an effort to articulate the very truth we often overlook. As you contemplate the Buddhabrot, allow it to remind you of your own existence within this pattern. You are not separate from the trees that sway in the wind, the distant stars that flicker in the night sky, or the dreams that enshroud you in their ethereal embrace. Rather, you are a vital piece of that fractal, awakening to the realization that you belong. You are part of a vast and sacred order that has been waiting for you to remember your place. The Unus Mundus does not lie beyond your reach or in some distant realm. It is here, now, pulsating through your very being. The self is not a private possession, but a node in a universal design, a singular point of consciousness that connects you to everything around you. Recognizing this profound truth transforms your existence. You will come to understand that the weight of your suffering is not merely personal. It is part of a larger narrative, a shared experience of humanity. And yet, so many stumble and fall, trapped in the illusion of separation led by the siren call of external validation. They lose themselves in the chaos, seeking refuge in the approval of others, forgetting that true solace is found within. You don't need permission to exist. You don't need validation to feel worthy. Your worth is intrinsic, woven into the very fabric of your being. As you begin to break down these illusions, you'll confront the shadows, the parts of yourself that you've hidden away, the pieces that long for acknowledgement. Jung warned that the path toward individuation is fraught with difficulty, demanding that you accept and integrate these shadowy aspects. Only then can you begin to experience the fullness of your existence. Have you ever felt the terror of facing those parts of yourself that you've long denied? Those insecurities, the shame, the hurt? There lies a profound truth. Individuation is not about seeking happiness. It's about facing the uncomfortable, the raw, and the unsettling parts of who you are. It is a reckoning with your own soul, an acceptance that all aspects of you, light and dark, are necessary to forge your unique path. In this confrontation, you reclaim your power and you begin to rise, not as a perfect being, but as a beautifully imperfect individual who stands in their truth. It is only through the fire of this inner work that real transformation occurs. In learning to say no and establishing boundaries, you reclaim your essence. You no longer bend to the will of others, but instead stand firm in your own identity. You become a force to be reckoned with, untouchable by the whims of societal expectation. But let me warn you, this path is not for everyone. Many will shrink back, terrified of their own shadow, preferring the comfort of illusion to the rawness of truth. They will cling to their masks, dance in their roles, and remain forever trapped in the cycle of self-betrayal. You cannot save them, for they must confront their own darkness. You can only live your truth, reflect it back to them, and hope that one day they too will awaken from the slumber of self-deception. As you embark on this journey of individuation, you'll find that the world begins to mirror your awakening. Those who once sought to control or manipulate will be unsettled by your newfound presence. They will call you cold, distant, or uncaring simply because you will no longer dance in their charade. But know this, your authenticity is a beacon, illuminating the path for others who are ready to confront their own illusions. In the nexus of this transformative journey lies the ultimate paradox. True freedom does not stem from the absence of connection, but from the depth of your own integrity. When you embrace the entirety of who you are, you become magnetic. You attract connections that honor your truth. No longer will you seek validation in others, but rather, you will find it within. This is where the real magic unfolds. As you step into your power and authenticity, you will encounter those who resonate with your frequency. These connections will be raw, real, and reciprocal. You will meet souls who don't demand you to perform, but invite you to share your truth. In this space, love flourishes, not as a need to be filled, but as a grand exploration of shared existence. This reality, where connection is born from authenticity, is rare and beautiful. It requires courage, vulnerability, and a willingness to face the unknown. But if you dare to embark on this path, you'll find the universe conspiring in your favor, aligning the stars to support your journey toward wholeness. Awakening to the truth of your own existence is a powerful endeavor, a radical act of defiance against the illusions that have held you captive. Embrace it fully, acknowledge the discomfort, and welcome the liberation that comes with it. Remember, you are not just a passenger in this journey. You are the driver, the creator of your own reality. So rise, dear friend. Step into the light of your own truth and walk boldly into the uncharted territory of your soul. The world needs you to break free from the illusions of separation and embrace the sacred bond that unites us all. You are the universe, and the universe is you, intertwined in a dance of existence that defies categorization. It's time to awaken, to remember, and to live as the magnificent fractal you were always meant to be.